Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Nigel Schroeter if you guys are new, and I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about credit theft, identity theft, fraud, whatever you want to call it, and how to protect yourself against it. So I'm going to give you guys 5 ideas or concepts or ways to protect yourself against identity theft. So, thing one, monitor your accounts daily. So, I know it can be hard, especially with having so many different accounts, having so many different bills, different financial institutions, credit cards, things of that nature. But you want to make sure that you're monitoring your accounts daily. So basically, you want to have your accounts where you have applications, you have online banking, whatever you have to do to monitor your accounts. If you call into the bank, if you're more of an old fashioned person, call in, check on your accounts. If you don't frequently use an account, you may want to check, once a week or once every 2 weeks. Do not go any longer than a month because typically after a month, a lot of companies don't allow you to file disputes for fraud. The earlier you can catch it, the better off. So I recommend monitoring daily if possible. The next thing, keep your cards and identifying information away, and secured. So, don't have your cards in common places in your home. Don't put them in your living room, not the vase on the kitchen table, not the drawer in the kitchen. Try not to have them in consoles in the car, things like that, in places where other people may be able to get easy access to your information. Because if they're able to get access to your information and able to spend off of your cards, then it gives them that advantage where they can get to your card and they may be able to swipe it up, and take advantage of it before you're able to report it. And sometimes there are cases where if you don't report in a timely fashion, the bank will actually hold it against you rather than that person, even though there is a zero fraud liability. You also have responsibility to be keeping up with your accounts. So, thing number 3, never, ever, 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 ever share your personal information. So, try to give as few people as possible the address that you use for your credit applications, your full legal name. Nicknames are great, as well as any identifying information such as EIN numbers, social security numbers, any of that information, where you work, all those things that would go on a credit application, you want to keep as secret as possible. There's a lot of people who think that it's weird when people don't like to disclose, where they work or their full name or things of that nature, but it's not to be disclosing to everyone. So if you can refrain from giving out that information and retain that information for yourself, do not give your information out to others. Number 4, have credit monitoring. I know there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, I don't want loans, I don't want credit, I don't want credit cards." I'm not telling you to go get a credit card. What I'm telling you to do is download Experian or download Credit Karma and be aware of what your credit score is and what the things are that are going on your report. The more aware that you are, the better off that you are, because the more that you know of what other people could potentially be doing with your information, the better you will be. Because when it comes time and you want to purchase a home, you want to, make a car purchase or whatever, anything that you would want to use your credit for, if someone's stolen your identity and swiped it up and got a whole bunch of things, now you have to fight against this person and fight against old fraud. And the older fraud is, the harder it is to fight, because banks, as well as the credit bureaus and the collection companies, assume that if you have never addressed it and this is something that is older, that it's something that you more than likely did. They're not going to assume for the greatest, they're going to assume for the worst. So now you're going to have to fight your case and prove that it wasn't you. And that's why it's so important to keep your information as sacred as possible, because if anyone else is able to get your information, a picture of your license, a picture of your social security card, and use these things when they apply for things, it makes it a lot harder to fight. So just think of that. Number 5, if you do have any issues where something pops up, make sure that you report those issues. If possible, research those issues, see if you can kind of trace them back some yourself, see if there may be someone who had access to your information, someone that you can find or identify. The more information that you have, the easier it is to get things removed. So, the more that you know, the easier it is to fight back. So, always remember that the more you know, the easier it is to fight back. You can't fight a battle when you don't know what your enemy is capable of. And when it comes to fraud and identity theft, trust me, you would be surprised who is who and who is capable of doing fraud and what they're capable of doing. So, with that being said, thank you to everyone who has tuned into the channel, subscribed, and been a part of this journey. We're going to continue going. If you've watched this video this far, like the video, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as just leave me a little comment and tell me something that you'd like to see in an upcoming video, as well as if you have any critiques for this video, or future videos on something that I should be changing. And with that all being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you